It's been 3.5 weeks since we got the reveal of Grounded 2 and we've started to dry up on news. In fact, I can't lie, we started to dry up on news about 2 weeks ago, but I've been making the most of the hype and you guys seem to want to speculate and talk about a lot of stuff that could be coming and what we saw from the trailers. But it's starting to get to that point now. Where's some previews, Obsidian? Where's some looks at some of the new bugs? Where's some new screenshots? Checking out their socials like TikTok and X, you don't find much new. And that's pretty normal for games that maybe don't come out for months ahead or even a year ahead, but for a game that's coming out now in less than a month, I would have expected to see some sort of reveal or some sort of info once a week. Maybe I'm just asking for too much since I'm so hyped and excited, and of course it's my job to deliver to you guys content. But there's so much we need to find out. Like, are we going to be exploring the communal gardens or not? Are all the bugs we saw in the trailer all the new ones and that's it? What does crafting look like in Grounded 2? Of course I don't want the spoilers for everything, but it would be nice to just get a few little more teasers. And so the main point of this video today is showing off ideas from the community and stuff that I think is really cool. Take a look at this. This is a script done by a Discord user and a Grounded player with over 2,000 hours in the game. Now it's not actually a mod that you can use on PC, it's something he's just modified himself using Cheat Engine, but it's basically swapping out different effects for obviously the stave. Effectively stealing bugs' attacks. Such a cool idea. I spoke to Car GNL and he said I could show off these videos and it's such a cool idea. Imagine having a chameleon style weapon that could take abilities from bugs and use it against them. Admittedly, this clip isn't necessarily about stealing a bug's abilities, but just showing you what you could do with different effects with different fast moving weapons. I'm not too sure even the next gen consoles might be able to handle these frame rates. Absolutely imagine being able to just rip off a bug's abilities like this. Especially the Mantis pretty much ground attack there. Could call it the Mimic Staff. And this is kind of where I want Obsidian to go. I want them to take more risks. So far the reveals are great, but it does feel very safe. It's all stuff that we've definitely obviously wanted, but I want to see some more really cool stuff like this. You may have seen these doing the rounds a little bit as well in Discord in the past few months. Huge mecha Transformers style creatures in Grounded. Obviously built in Playgrounds mode. And while I don't necessarily want these type of styles, it still would be nice to have something a bit more cool looking than simply taking on more Taze Tees or Ruz Tees. I mean, we don't even know they're actually coming back since we haven't seen any kind of clue in any of the trailers just yet. But yeah, this is really cool stuff though. So somewhere in the middle, having more advanced robotic enemies, imagine sort of a tech tier bug that we'd have to face, or there'd be tech tier versions instead of just orc ones. In fact, maybe it's the next evolution for orc bugs where they would have these types of designs on them with all new attacks. Or something close to it at least. You can see the code for this if you want to go and check out these amazing sculptors yourself. Yeah, the Playgrounds code is right there. I'm still seeing quite a few questions about Playgrounds mode and New Game Plus. Well, of course, if the game's not finished, definitely won't be a New Game Plus. Not until at least 1.0, and I would still say the same for Playgrounds. Now I've suggested that we could have more control with creative mode and be able to spawn in bugs. I think that would be a good compromise for now for players that just want to mess around. So no sharing stuff, no resizing bugs or anything like that, just simply being able to spawn in bugs so that we could use the no craft cost to make weapons and gear and bases. If that's what people want to do, just get a feel for things. Reason there might be no Playgrounds though is because they may change stuff, they may put stuff in and out, and it's just a lot of development time for that kind of mode. I guess hence why we got it so late after Grounded 1's full release, which did kind of not really give it the best shot. A lot of players had been and gone by the time it came out, and just some new Playgrounds mode maybe wasn't going to be enough to bring them back. It would have been better if it had launched with 1.0, and I'm hoping anything like that with Grounded 2 does happen a bit more closer to each other. And then moving on to another Discord user, Showbiz Art. I took a look at this, it looks great, and yeah, this is just what we want to see, right, in terms of bugs being able to be ridden. I did go over the bugs that I think would be able to be tamed or being able to be ridden in Grounded 2, and some that I ruled out, including the Black Ops Beetle, but this has definitely made me change my mind a little bit more. These are some great drawings, and there's so many good artists in the Grounded community, but these ones particularly really drew my attention. I I've been concerned about the shells at the back opening up and maybe not being functional enough, but I think we should just skip some of that and just take a look at what the actual cool things we could do with certain bugs. I've been saying a diving bell spider from your suggestions in the pond, but what about actually just a water boatman? And riding grasshoppers isn't new if you've played small land, but there's still something about seeing a different kind of style, or certainly within the kind of style grounded a little. One amount that I kind of was negative towards because I just couldn't see how you'd be able to utilise it with the acid being thrown on top of you when you're firing is of course the bombardier beetle, but this shows actually there could be ways. I still don't like the idea of it maybe going over your head, and if it fired under its legs that would seem like it would probably hit the bug as well. Of course I guess it's got resistances, right? But still, it's really nice to see some actual artist impressions of what it's going to be like to ride bugs. Especially the roly-poly, which I know everyone's took inspiration from Raya, and this is definitely something I'll be super excited for in the future. And Black Ops Beetle, I was saying, could have like a base defense style creature at your base, firing rocks. That could work since it's probably going to be a bit slow moving other than its quick charge attack. So check him out, I'm sure he posts his art somewhere in Discord again. Showbiz, he's got lots of ideas as well about how you could have underwater bases in Grounded. And I was going to include my take on some of that in this video, but I'm going to wait until we get some more info. Showbiz has got an Instagram account where you can go and check out his other art. And obviously I asked permission to show off some of his art and link his actual Instagrams. Go and check it out, showbiz_art. I'll leave the link in the comment section down below. And that's really it. In the absence of any brand new news, I have been trying to dissect what we do know, but there comes a point where even I have reached a limit. So until, fingers crossed, we get some new stuff maybe later on this week, I thought, you know what, let's take a look at what the community is suggesting. Reddit, of course, the greatest place for villainy and scum in the galaxy, and also occasionally dancing aphids, has been okay. There's definitely been some good suggestions that I've seen, but also some are just the same regurgitated ones we've seen elsewhere. If you're as hungry as I am for Grounded 2 news, then come and join the official Grounded Discord and take a look at the Grounded 2 speculation chat. It's pretty much where I'll hang out almost all day long. There's honestly nowhere better to get news straight away with some of the most hardcore fans talking about stuff and showing anything they've found. Also got other questions about what's going to happen with Casually Grounded. The dev stream that devs did pretty much on a weekly basis, is that going to be returning for Grounded 2? Maybe not, since they're going to be pretty busy with Outer Worlds 2 releasing in a few months as well. And yeah, maybe join my own Discord as well, where I've got lots of stuff going on. I'm currently working on a iceberg video for Grounded 1 leading into Grounded 2. This is going to take a while, but I'm hoping to get it out before release. What do you guys want to see before Grounded 2 comes out? What is the info you desperately want to know about? And let me know what you think about the Mimic Stave idea and some of the bug mounts. Until next time, Ratbags, laters.